Today I just kind of wanted to clear a couple things up, mainly standard form. We've had a couple students throughout the past couple weeks dealing with the standard form, so I just wanted to kind of clarify some of this by going through two problems real quickly and then explaining that piece. Again, whether you're using kind of the distributive method or if you're using the box method, the standard form is still something that you're going to need to deal with. So we'll kind of walk through that here. Again, I'll be using the box method, but again, it still is something that applies to everybody, especially with the end result being in standard form. So we have one term here. So again, this is where normally I make my top the one term. So I got one term wide. We've got three terms inside the box, so I've got enough space for a crooked looking three space box. Got my 4x up on top. Then I'm just putting everything in, 6x minus 3x squared. Again, that has a 1 in front of it. We're going to multiply each whole number times each other. So 4 times 6 gets me 24. I have a total of 2 x's here. So I would have x to the second. Then I've got negative 3 times 4 gets me negative 12. Again, paying attention to our signs, making sure we write our signs down as we do this. I have 1x here, I have no x's here, so together they have a total of 1x. And then down below, 4 times 1 is 4. X to the first, x to the second, together they have a total of 3 x's, so we've got x to the third. All right, so this is the part that, like I said, some of us are kind of struggling a little bit with, so I just want to clarify. Again, our whole number, our standard form is largest exponent to smallest exponent. So the first thing I'm going to look for is my largest exponent. There it is. There's no other x to the thirds, so that's the only one like its kind. You guys can kind of tell, hey, there's an x to the second. That's the next biggest, but that's the only one of its kind. Same thing here, x to the first, only one of its kind. Okay. But when we go to actually write out our answer, again, our answer needs to be written in largest exponent to smallest. So the largest exponent here is a 3. A lot of times I've been seeing people using that front number, the coefficient. That's not going to be our standard form. Okay, standard form is looking at our exponents. So our largest exponent is 3, so I would write 4x to the third. My next largest exponent is up there in green, the x to the second. So I'd have a positive. It's positive 24, so I'd put plus 24 x to the second. And then my last one here is my x to the first. It's a negative or minus, so I've got minus 12x to the first. And that would be our completed problem. Again, in standard form, you can always look and see, are my exponents in order from biggest to smallest? 3, 2, 1. Yep, they look like they're in order. Okay. Another example, this is one of our binomial times binomial. So I've got 2 terms times 2 terms. So I've got a box that is going to have 2 spaces up on top, 2 spaces on the side, x and 5, negative 2 and 3x. This is just to show you that even if this is not in like a nice format, we can still do exactly what we've been doing as far as highlighting our like terms. So here I'm going to put a 1 and a 1. I'm going to put a 1 above this one. Again, just fill in those spaces so we don't forget. So here I can go through and do the same stuff for multiplication. 1 and negative 2 gets me negative 2. Between these two, I only have 1x, so I keep it just 1x. Negative 2 times 5 is negative 10. Again, keeping our sign here. 1 times 3 is 3. X to the first, so we have 2 x's together. And then 3 times 5 is a positive 15. Between the two, we have 1x. So I'm taking care of filling in my box. Okay. Once I have my box filled in, I'm going through and just highlighting like terms. Again, I'm going to look for my largest term first. So my largest term, again, my exponent is what I'm talking about here. Our largest exponent is this 2. So this guy gets my highlight. There's no other x to the seconds, so I don't have anything else to highlight. My next biggest is x to the first. We do have 2 of those. And then my last term, the 10, the constant, doesn't have anything else like it, so it stays the same. Okay. So then I fill out my standard form, again, largest exponent. So largest exponent we said was 2, so it'd be 3x to the second. Again, I don't care about the coefficient in front. All I care about is the actual exponent itself. So 2 is the largest exponent. Then I look at my next largest, which is the 1. So I'm going to add my terms together. So negative 2 plus 15. So negative 2 plus 15 would get me my plus 13. Again, a quick reminder, when we're adding, once we're like inside of the box, our exponents don't change. So this is a 1, so this is still x to the first. And then my last term, negative 10, nothing else like it, so we just get minus 10 at the end. And our problem's complete. Again, largest exponent to smallest exponent, 2, 1, 0, so we have our problem set up correctly. Okay. We're looking at having a quiz tomorrow over this, so make sure you're asking questions today. Other than that, looking forward to seeing you guys. Have a good one.